So today the plan is really simple, guys. We are here at the Team Oasis channel. We're gonna start doing some content featuring ShinyMark. What? That's me. Hello. We're doing a Q&A today, and we're just gonna be going through some questions, and I'm gonna be providing some answers. That's a Q&A. So let's get right into it, okay? Papuchat asks, ¿Qué puedo hacer para mejorar generalmente en el juego? What can I do to improve generally at the game? This is one of the most frequent questions I get asked, like, all the time. I think in anything that you want to improve on, you gotta find out, like, what's important, in terms of the actual aspects of improvement. So, for example, with Smash, the aspects are neutral game, punish game, advantage state, and disadvantage state. Advantage divides itself into smaller states, so like juggling, edge guarding, ledge trapping, and then disadvantage is the same basically, right? So yeah, like you basically just gotta like find out what you're doing wrong inside of the game per se. And once you're done with this, once you like plateau with this, for example, you can go further and improve outside of the game. So for example, instead of just playing and thinking of these aspects, you can go ahead and take some notes on how to beat some characters, you know? If you're still stuck, you can go and see how a top player beats a character you're struggling with, how a top player of your own main deals with a character you're struggling with, or for example, what I have done in the past, since I'm the lonely Pika top level in the new meta, I find how another top player beats another character with, you know, let's say I struggle with Samus. This is what I did for Siski at the time. There was no Pikachu that beat Samus at the time. So I found a video on how MK Leo beat Siski, you know, and I just translated a lot of the things that he did with Byleth and Joker to beat Samus, and I found a way on how to do it with Pikachu, basically. Okay, so yeah, the three aspects of the game that are important are playing. The three aspects of the game that are very important is playing, VOD review, and taking notes. If you balance these three and just like do it consistently, it should be like a little triangle of you cycle through each one of these, and slowly but surely you're gonna improve. And this is just the case for everything in life. You just gotta find how to improve, because generally when you're doing an activity that is taxing and stressful and it's hard to do like under stress, you're not gonna be able to think on how to improve while you're doing it. You're gonna be much better off taking a break, having your brain cool off a little bit, and thinking about this activity just, you know, like while chilling, while you're relaxed, while you're not like stressed to push yourself. You're gonna find more solutions, more creative solutions, and you're gonna get to know yourself better to improve, you know? What I always say is, if you win, you deserved it. If you lose, you're learning how to win. You're learning how to triumph, basically, okay? Then, Whiff Grab or Ethan Kick Ya Teeth In says, would you consider going bald? I don't know, I think it might be a good look. Me? Bald? Bro. Maybe that's the step that I need to take to become the best player in the world. Who knows? We should make a poll. If we do it, maybe we make a goal, maybe I go fully bald, bro. I don't know, I don't think so. Sooner asks, why did you choose Pikachu as your main? And are there any other characters that you almost mained or might pick up as a secondary? I picked up Pikachu as a main because in Smash 4, there was a technique called Biru, which was a movement tech, basically, that allowed Pikachu to move himself, like, and just, it was a universal tech, but Pikachu benefited the most because, since it was a movement tech, it allowed for characters to have frame-perfect movement, and Pikachu Up Throw Thunder at the time was a very frame-perfect kill confirm, you know? It was a true combo, which is not a thing anymore in Smash Ultimate. So, little old me, when Smash Ultimate came out, I tried to play Pikachu and I tried to do Biru, and I quickly realized it wasn't in the game anymore. So I was like, oh, well, out of the other characters that I enjoy, which were Pit and Lucas, Pikachu's just clearly the best. Like, it was really early meta, and I was like, yeah, this guy's the best out of my other characters. So I just stuck with him, and for a brief period of time, I did co-main Pikachu and Pit. Then I transitioned from Pikachu to Lucina as co-mains, because I wanted to like learn how to beat like Ness and Game & Watch with Lucina. But nowadays, I really don't think there's like any matchup that's like bad enough for me to like drop Pika, you know? Like even Game & Watch is like the only matchup I consider bad. It's only -1. It's at top level, I can do it. I really believe I can do it, and I've done it in the past. Like if I lose, it's a bad matchup, and they played better anyways, you know? Bad matchup doesn't necessarily mean unwinnable, you know? Like they can be outplayed, basically, okay? Alo asks, ¿qué harías si un día amaneces y Pikachu fue borrado del juego? What would you do if one day you wake up and Pikachu is deleted from the game? Personally, I would just pick another character, bro. I'm not playing Ultimate because of Pikachu. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people get this misconception of like undying love towards a character. I adore Pikachu. Like Pikachu genuinely is the character that I just like love, you know? Mainly because he's so flexible. But personally, if he wasn't in the game, I would just pick another good character because this is my job. Like I want to do it well. I want to play a good character, you know? I want to have a good chance to win. I would just play another like very flexible character, another character I believe in. So I think my main picks would probably be like Sheik, Aegis, maybe Joker. Just characters that I feel like have a lot of options to beat characters that are relevant in the meta, basically. Orange Real asks, why have you joined TikTok? Basically, I just think I haven't done the best job at all at branding myself. I've just been basically like a full competitor. And I just realized like I really want to do more than just compete, you know? I really enjoy it. I love competing. It's my main priority. And I just love it, but I realize how important content is, you know? So I've been, I guess you can say forcing myself to like stream more, make more pieces of content and stuff. But I just generally have been enjoying it. Like it's pretty new to me, so I'm still a bit overwhelmed. I still haven't found my work ethic in terms of content and like what I want to really do. But it's been fun to discover it. It's been fun to just do it, you know, without much pressure in my back. And I'll probably just keep at it, you know. Volt asks, do you think Pikachu is losing his brokenness over time as more people adapt to his usual stunts? And do you think there are any more Pikas who will make it to top level as far as you have or farther in the near future? So yes, definitely Pikachu has been getting a little bit harder to use as time goes on. In the past, like I won't reveal my flowcharts, and it's also like I cannot speak of like everything that I think of in this small of a video, you know. But I did in the past just like play very autopilot-y with some flowcharts I did with T-Jolt, and it would just like work, like even against like super top level players. And not to sound cocky, but it felt easy. It felt, I won't say easy, I'll say straightforward. It felt like very, very flowcharty, like step 1 and then step 2 was successful, you know? People then adapted to this, and nowadays I feel like T-Jolt is obviously like such a broken tool still. But nowadays I do feel like if I win, I'm outplaying the opponent. Granted, with really good tools, because Pikachu's still broken, I still think he's like at least top 5. And at the very worst, at the very, very, very least, top 10. But I do feel like he is forced to be playing the game a lot more, again, with really good tools. But it doesn't feel like autopilot-y. It doesn't feel like I'm abusing a broken tool at all times like I used to before, you know? So yeah, and then for the Pikachus in top level, I do think there's a couple that have like a lot of potential. Mainly, I have my eyes on Yuza and Aquace. Like those guys have been improving. I know they've been grinding. They have very different playstyles than me, like very, very, very different. And I know like for a good amount of time now, I've been like a little bit of a blueprint for Pikachu in terms of like neutral, combo game, advantage and disadvantage. But even then, I find myself learning stuff from these guys. For example, Yuza, I really like the way that he lets traps. I don't like do it exactly the way that he does, but I've gotten a few ideas from just watching him a couple times, you know. So good on him, and I do believe those two can become top level. And of course, Isam, if he comes back, bro, like we all know he can make waves again, you know. Andy Pokes asks, what pushes you to continue playing Smash? I find it difficult to combat burnout after playing almost for 3 years, but you've been doing it for so much longer. Also, you're my favorite top player. Please continue being awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So personally, when I started competing in Smash, like really competing, like really wanting it, my main goals were to win a major. Like that was just something that I really fantasized with. Like when I showered, I used to like think about how my interview when I won a tournament would be, basically, you know? I would just like talk to myself, just very like I would just fantasize a lot, you know? Like I would even like practice my pop-offs. So once I did that, my other goal was to just make a living out of Smash, you know? And I've been doing it, like between like coaching, between the sponsor, between the tournaments. It's been successful for me. I'm really thankful for it. Nowadays, I love Smash. Like genuinely, I do love the game a lot. I feel like this is my calling, you know. For the time being, I really enjoy Smash. I'm addicted to competing. Like even when I'm burnt out, I'm like, bro, don't want to be burnt out. I want to come back and I want to win, you know. So yeah, I think I'm a little bit addicted to competition, but I just genuinely really love the game, and I just want to keep proving myself. In the past, I did want to prove myself to people, you know, but like in reality nowadays, I just want to prove to myself like if I want to do something, that I can accomplish it, you know. And for 95% of the things that I've like tried for Smash, I've done it, you know. For now, I'm chilling a little bit, but I definitely want to go all out when the new game comes out. Not to say I'm not trying hard right now, but there's definitely gonna be a lot more new goals when the new game comes out for sure. So expect big things of ShinyMark. Gambler's Fallacy asks, how would you take it if you lost to a non-PR anything or O tour? Would you be discouraged, and if so, why? I mean, I would probably. We all have like intrusive thoughts or like negative thoughts when stuff doesn't go our way. Personally, I train myself to desensitize myself. I think that's how you say it. Desensitize. Editors, please put the word here. Not my first language, by the way. I'm sorry. Anyways, I try to not like be hard on myself if I lose, and if I win, I try to not like just gush all over, you know, just be like overly excited. It's just like what I said before. Like if I won, I kind of expected to win because I earned it, you know, I practiced for this. If I lose, it's like, okay, I clearly did something wrong. I gotta figure out what it is in order to win in the future, you know? So I don't really care if it's like Spargo or if it's someone bad. I did something bad, you know, like I did something wrong for me to lose. So I gotta find out what that was. So I'm probably not gonna like kick myself over it. Like I'm definitely sad after I lose sets in tournament, but it lasts like 10 minutes maybe. Then I'm just like thinking about it. Okay, what could I have done better? How was my juggling? How was my edge guarding? Did I get cheesed by like a matchup specific that I forgot? Is there like a gimmick that I didn't know? And it's just going back to the lab again, you know, as usual, business as usual. Jared asks, ¿cuál es la configuración de control? Tu configuración de control. ¿Y por qué te sientes cómodo con él? Okay, sorry, I was gonna answer in Spanish. My controller configuration, or sorry, I'll repeat the question. He asked, what is your controller configuration and why do you feel comfortable with it? First off, I will say I have known so many players, like so many top players, that have like the weirdest controller configurations. Like mine is pretty weird, I would say. Off the top of my head, I have tilt stick on as a C stick, you know. Then on the triggers and shoulders, I have R, because I play a pro controller, by the way. I have R as shield. I have CR as jump. I have CL as grab, and I have special on my L button. Okay, so honestly, I would recommend having like a shoulder button as a jump. Like it's really useful, whichever one of the four that you feel comfortable with, or three if you play GameCube. But other than that, I guess tap jump is the last thing that is important. But genuinely, other than that and like tilt stick and like the jump thing, you should just play whatever is comfortable to you. I know people that have like A as jump, you know, and it works. Like it's just do whatever feels good to you, whatever feels like you would want to invest in your muscle memory with, basically. Lily CC asks, you plan to go to the next P tiers and Japanese A or P tiers this year? And where do you place yourself in the rankings? I do really want to go to P tiers and A tiers. I just want to go to everything. Personally, for this start of the year, or like this start of 2026, I didn't travel a lot because I traveled for like a couple tournaments at the start. Was a slow start of the year for sure. But then I got my fob. I got really used to my fob. I loved my fob, but I broke it because I'm a little bit of a dummy dumb, you know? So I just was without a controller, and I just didn't really want to travel without a controller that was going to be consistent in majors. Because if you didn't know, I play Pro Controller, wireless, and wireless Pro Controller tends to have interference in big tournaments, you know? Granted, I did win Smash Factor and Comic Palooza majors with my wireless Pro Controller, but I will say, like, if I had interference in those tournaments, I only remember like one set, and it wasn't like a super hard set, you know? Like, I dropped a couple things, but it wasn't like super meaningful. However, in other majors, I have had interference make me feel like that's the reason why I lost the set, you know? So I just didn't want to risk it in terms of like traveling and like playing the RNG roulette of, will this major have interference, yes or no? So yeah, I just like held myself away from that. And about the rankings, I mean, personally, I think this season I'm probably not gonna be ranked. If I'm ranked, I'm probably gonna be like low. So I don't really care about rankings like that at all, honestly. If I were to care about rankings, it's generally just to make my team look better. But for me personally, it's not really that much of a goal. But I guess in terms of skill level, if we were talking about peak, I'd say I have definitely peaked like around like top 5, top 10 level. But if I were to be realistic on where I am right now, I would say anywhere from top 25 to top 15. Like, I'd say that's probably where I'm at right now. What Pikachu move do you think you could kill with the most? Sorry, let me repeat that. What Pikachu move do you think you kill with the most? It's really interesting. Let me think about it. So, usually, I give people the advice that, like, dash attack, up throw, down tilt tech chases, and fair are the biggest ones. I want to say fair, honestly, because I've been thinking about this, actually. I've been thinking about, like, what Pikachu's best move is. I think T-Jolt in the matchups that you can, like, really abuse it in is obviously extremely broken. But I think fair is so ridiculous, bro. And I think Pikachu used to say, like, backer was the better one out of the two moves. But, like, fair is so disjointed. It's -5. You can space it. It auto-cancels. It's, like, a constant multi-hit, so it outranges a lot of moves that it has no business outranging, like the Mario Brothers Nair, the Wolf Nairs, you know? So yeah, I think Pikachu Fair might be the move that I kill with the most, because I just poke with it a lot, and I just get like a lot of random kills with it, basically. So the move is crazy. The move is insanely broken. Synchronizing Guns asks, ¿tienes algún país o ciudad que quieres viajar en el futuro? ¿Cuál canción estás obsesionado con ahorita? I really want to go to Japan. Like, other than competing, I just love the idea of Japan. Like, there's so many things that I want to like see and just know there. So many people that I want to meet there, you know, because like the Japanese players, we don't really like communicate like that, but it's really fun always like hanging out with them. Even if the language barrier is big, we just like make signals, we say some keywords, and it's always like really fun. And that's with them coming to America, you know. I'm sure like the other way around would be like equally or more fun, because that's their spot. They know what they're doing over there, you know. So I really want to go to Japan soon, and I'm probably gonna go this year, and if not, for sure next year, you know. ¿Y cuál canción estás obsesionado ahorita? Which is a song that you're obsessed with right now? Obsessed with is a strong word. I've been going to the gym a lot lately, and the song that I'm listening to the most probably is Day One by Red Velvet, and I've been using that as my tag recently. So yeah, I wouldn't say like obsessed, but it's a song I'm listening to a lot. So yeah. Do you have any favorite? Okay, sorry. Blank asks, do you have any favorite fighting games or platform fighters outside of Smash Bros? I really love watching, well, you said outside of Smash Bros. I was gonna say Melee. I adore watching Melee. I think watching Melee is so fun. I could never get into playing it because of how it feels. I hate the non-buffer system. But other than that, I guess only Rivals too. But traditional fighting games I don't really follow at all. I don't really get how they work, besides the obvious, you know, just like neutral. They move and they play footsies. But other than that, no, not really. No. Big Nibble asks, who are some of your favorite Smash streamers or content creators and why? I don't really consume much Smash content nowadays anymore, because I feel like when I was coming up as a player, not even as a competitor, not even as a top player, I would just like watch a lot of content to like, you know, like learn the information, the terminology, just kind of like how these top players express themselves, basically, you know. But like nowadays, I don't even find it entertaining because it's like my job, you know. Like I instead of watching their content, I'd rather just like watch myself or like play myself, you know, and think about how I could get better, you know. Granted, I do watch some of the top players' reactions to like some major tournaments, because for example, Mars is really intelligent at the game, really fundamentally sound. So for example, if like a really important set happened, or like I said that I would want to hear the opinion of Mars, you know, I don't know, like let's say Spargo, you know, Spargo beats me all the time. So I want to hear like how, like what Mars thinks of like a weakness of Cloud, or like Cloud in a certain spot. I would like watch his reaction to like a set of Spargo. It would be like, I'd probably like try to grab ideas from what he says, you know. That's the only thing I do, but I want to say like if there is like a content creator that I enjoy, I would say like melee content creators, bro. I love Turn Down for Walt. Funnily enough, one of the ones that I watch the most is Mia. Like Mia is not even like an actual YouTuber. I just watch him on his streams like a lot, because he might be my favorite player like in the world, genuinely. And I just like watch his streams to like learn. Just like I stare at his gameplay, and I just think he's really smart, you know. So yeah, I think those three are my favorite content creators at the moment, probably. So yeah, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and maybe we make this something like this in the future. Maybe we make this a series, but for now, definitely expect more Team Oasis content featuring ShinyMark. And yeah, just feel free to leave in the comments any ideas that you have for future content pieces, anything that you want to say, anything you want to suggest. Feel free to leave it there. We are open to learn, as usual, you know. And if nothing else, we will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.